Live here soon, guys. We are I'm going to check out Instagram and YouTube, make sure we're dialed in. So give me just a moment here. Okay. Instagram is looking good. YouTube 1 and YouTube 2. We got horizontal and vertical stream on this one, you guys. So this is both vertical and horizontal stream, and we got both of them. We're looking good. We are now live, and let's let everyone else know on Discord. There we go. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Let's get started. I got a few things that I want to put up here, and I'm going to get started. Just to warm us up really quick, we're going to do some Instagram stuff here, and we're going to get into a couple of these clips that I got going. Actually, I'm going to start off here, first of all, with this right here. So we were in the riots, and not the riots, protests, not riots. Let me go ahead and start. Okay, Instagram is live now as well. Nurse, what is happening? I got both. You're good, Medi. Thank you so much. Good looking out. Yeah, we got vertical and horizontal going. What up, what up? Louis there too. What's up, guys? Good to have you both. Good to have all three of you. We are going to get started. I'm going to show you a couple things of what I was just doing yesterday so that you're up to speed on that, and then we'll jump into some fun, and we'll get into some Fox News stuff and some of the other stuff here too soon. So welcome to the live stream, guys. We're currently live. It's late. I'm doing a late live stream, and it's all good. We're going to have a little fun before we go to bed tonight, and I'm going to show you. This was LA yesterday. So let me turn the sound on for you. Some adjustments on the screen here so you can see more. So there you go. That's coming straight from Los Angeles. I was out there last night. Here's me riling up the crowd last night. Good time, guys. Stay line, what's up, buddy? Good to have you. It is late, man. It is late, and we're getting going. We're gonna do a quick stream, man. We're gonna have a little fun together. I'm showing you, getting you guys up to speed on what was going down yesterday. It was a protest in LA. We went to Westwood, downtown, not downtown, West Hollywood. I call it Westwood. It's called Pershing Square right there, and Louis says, future ambassador to Iran. Yes. We'll see, bro. But you could see we had a good time, man. It was a huge rally, big protest, and it was fantastic. Had a really good time. And here is a little bit more of it. Let me hit that music off so we don't get jacked up here on YouTube. So this is them opening up the flag, and then they're going to walk the flag down. And then we got... this girl explains the difference between an free Iran protest and a free Palestine protest. Free Iran protest, we love the
police. We love the police.
We love the police. We love law enforcement. We like law and order. We like America. We like the American flag. We like Americans. We are American, and we remember that and we recognize that. And she's going to explain it to you. Look.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Protesting. Look what the difference between free Palestine, whatever that is, and free Iran is. Woo! Police. We love the police.
We love the police.
We love security. We love America. We love Iran. We hate Islam and we hate terrorists.
Yes.
And we don't know what Palestine is because it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you got the gist of that, I mean, she pretty much summed it all up. What's up, Jennifer? Yeah. Man, it's late for some of you guys. I know. State line, I got someone that says, can you unblock me? And I think you got someone blocked. I think Sam is mad that you got him blocked, bro. But Sam is he's on the vertical stream. I don't know if I don't think they're combined. I'm going to make these two live so that we can get everything up and running. And I'm going to make this live and this gets all of them. Okay. So you guys could see that. I did a couple more updates. I just did this one today. Which one? This is from today, guys. Check out this update. Israel has attacked and destroyed a Hezbollah and IRGC military base in southern Lebanon. They also eliminated a high-ranking Hezbollah official on a highway in Ansariya, Lebanon. Southern Lebanon borders Israel, and they don't want IRGC and Hezbollah right there on their border. They want to reduce any possible retaliation when the U.S. and Israel strike Iran. Why does Lebanon allow terrorists to be stationed inside their country anyway? Because they're under the control of Islam. Lebanon was once a beautiful, westernized country until they decided to allow Islam to take over. Iran has been threatening U.S. and Israel. Ali Shamkhani said if U.S. attacks Iran, Iran will attack Israel and Azerbaijan. Shamkhani also said that enriched... So I'm going to pause it here in the chat. I got somebody that's saying, why is Israel committing acts of war against Lebanon again? Well, I guess the better question is what I was about to ask you in the video is, why is Lebanon housing terrorists at their border that they know are going after Israel? Very, very weird to do that. Israel is protecting itself and has every right to do so. Would you want terrorists that are yelling death to your country to be on the other side of your border? I wouldn't. And we don't put up with that in America, and nobody should put up with that in any civilized country, any Western civilized country. 3 on horizontal. He's made a okay, so that's Lebanon. Lebanon used to be a wonderful country until Islam got a hold of it and destroyed it. Uranium will not be transferred out, and you could see what happens to Lebanon in this same video that Israel has attacked and destroyed a Hezbollah and IRGC military base in southern Lebanon. They also eliminated a high-ranking Hezbollah official on a highway in Ansariya, Lebanon. Southern Lebanon borders Israel, and they don't want IRGC and Hezbollah right there on their border. They want to reduce any possible retaliation when the U.S. and Israel strike Iran. Right here. Listen to this. Why does Lebanon allow terrorists to be stationed inside their country anyway? Because they're under the control of Islam. Lebanon was once a beautiful, westernized country until they decided to allow Islam to take over. Iran has been threatened. So yeah, that's a big problem. And this is what just happened today. Israel literally went after IRGC and Hezbollah base in South Lebanon. They also targeted a Hezbollah high-ranking official in South Lebanon. So they're going after them. They're eliminating those threats. They don't want to start a war, or it's not even going to be a war, but they don't want to strike Iran and then have a Hezbollah IRGC base literally right there on the border of their country. I wouldn't like that either. So I'm totally down for that. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. I'm going to give you one more video because I haven't done a live view since a live stream since I had this. So I'm going to play this for this is the Muslim video, and you guys can check this out and we'll go from there. The problem is Islam. The problems we have in America, Iran, Palestine, the UK, France, and now Canada and Australia is Islam. Arab Muslims are using the Islamic regime and liberals throughout the world to fight their battles against Jews and Western civilization. Take Palestinians, for example. Why would Palestinians continue to fight wars they know they'll lose? Islam convinced them it's their life's mission to wipe out Jews and the West. Look at the Islamic regime of Iran. They openly call for death to America, death to Israel, and all of Western civilization. You guys think they're joking, but they're not messing around. The Islamic regime funds and supports terrorists around the world. And in the last few weeks, they killed over 40,000 Iranians who don't want to live under Islam.
Yep.
Now look at Muslim propaganda. They got white liberals to hate themselves and their own countries. Isn't that crazy? Literally, bro, so Islam, their whole goal is to destabilize Western civilizations, Western countries, and get them all jacked up, get them to hate themselves. That's like the ultimate, right? Then when you can get them to hate themselves, then you can get them to fight their own law enforcement. So what do you have? You got Islam. It made white Democrats in America, in France, in UK, in Australia, in Canada, in Amsterdam, in a lot of different places, okay? It got white Democrats, white liberals to actually hate themselves, hate their own people, hate their own countries. That's why you have, I mean, you show a liberal in America the American flag and they almost have an anxiety attack. That's fucking wild. It's absolutely out of control. So that's what we're up against. That's what it is. How did this happen? People ask me all the time, what do you mean? How did they get control of US? What are you talking? You're crazy, bro. You're an idiot. You're blah, blah. Okay. Are you guys aware that, did you guys know Qatar is the largest funder of universities in America? Did you guys know that? Qatar is the largest funder of universities in America. Why do you think all of the students in these universities across America are against Jews? Why are they running around saying free Palestine when they know absolutely nothing about the Middle East? Because Islam controls their brains. It's a complete lockdown. State Line says, you see the weird potential connection between Mamdani and Epstein? Yes, I saw that too, dude. That's fucking wild, bro. Epstein's his daddy, bro. Epstein is your daddy. Oh, man. So, guys, it's absolutely crazy. So the UK has got a stronghold. I'm sorry, the UK. Islam has a stronghold on liberals, Democrats in Western civilizations, and they're having their way with them. They're making them believe all kinds of things. Again, the craziest thing ever. You show an American liberal the American flag. We're not talking about anything weird. Just their country, the American flag, and they lose their mind. In Instagram, they're saying that there is an Iran protest that's going to happen in Orange County this weekend. So we'll look forward to that, and we'll see what happens with that. So supposedly the big Iran, free Iran protest will go down. It will happen in Orange County. We'll see if that goes down. I know that people want to go to Orange County now. We've gone to LA 3 times in a row now. So anyway, let's go here. I got a couple things we want to look at, and we'll go from there.
The Democratic Party is now again looking totally insane. Their message for the midterms: defund ICE, open up the borders, defund, dismantle no bail laws, raise taxes on everybody and everything, and climate alarmism.
He brings up a really good point. Raise taxes on everybody and everything. Here's a great question. Mamdani is driving out more New Yorkers out of New York than, they were driving people out before Mamdani, and now it's even worse under Mamdani. When Mamdani wants to do all these free things that he's promising, and now he wants to give free soccer matches to the World Cup, to everybody. So let's say he wants to do all this crazy stuff with real estate and the transportation systems and grocery stores, and we just go on and on and on down the list. with all of these free things, he has to raise taxes on the rich or people that make more money, people on the higher income bracket. When he runs out of people to tax in the higher income bracket, who's next to get taxed? The people in the lower income brackets, which is the same exact people that he's trying to give things to for free. So this is what I just explained is why socialism, communism, Marxism does not work. It doesn't work. Because why? Because you get rid of all the people that make, higher income. Then you demotivate other people from wanting to make more money, because as soon as you make more money, you're the one paying for everything for free, right? So nobody wants to do that. So who exactly are you going to get the money from now? Who the hell are you going to get the money from, by the way? That's what I want to know. And that's the other reason why the state that I live in, California, that's why we are literally bankrupt. We are negative. Our money situation in California, the state, our state is broke. Why? Because they decided they want to run the Mamdani play years ago under this retard named Gavin Newsom. And that dude thought he could tax everyone to the moon until they all left. And now what? You got no more people to tax. Your tax income went down. Why? Because you failed to actually read a book. Literally, you pick up any book on economy and it will tell you, or anything that has to do with taxation in the United States. Look at any statistics. Look at anything that is actually relevant to what you're doing with your policy. And you would know that if you raise the taxes, raising taxes reduces the amount of income you get from taxes, the revenue that you get from taxes. So what do? They raise taxes, which lower the tax revenue. When America had the biggest jump in tax revenue, that's when we lowered our taxes. That's what happened. That's how it works. You lower taxes, right? What happens when you lower taxes? People start doing more things that are taxable, income-related stuff that's taxable. So then when people are doing more things that are taxable because tax went down, now you have tax revenue for the government. When you raise taxes, people that have money and make substantial income shift from tax related things that are taxed, income activity that's related, that's taxable, to income activity that is not taxable. That's how that works. People aren't stupid. If you're a billionaire and someone raises your taxes, a couple minor adjustments in how you operate, and now you're operating more in a tax-free zone. Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
They're detached from reality. Now, Republicans, if they're smart, they should be happy to run against that messaging every day of the week. Now, just look at this poll. It's brand new. A whopping 61% of Americans support deporting all illegal immigrants. 58% oppose shutting down the government to defund ICE. And a solid majority of Americans support ICE enforcing our immigration laws. But last night, the Grammys, these far-left celebrities, these coastal elitists that Democrats worship, well, they were in rare form. By the way, my prediction, this helps Republicans. Take a look.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say eyes out. We're not sabotaging.
Wow, bro. Wow. Really? Ice out? Really? Bad Bunny? I got to take you off my playlist, bro.
We're not animals. We're not aliens. We are humans, and we are.
Well, if you're going and blocking law enforcement from doing what they're supposed to be doing, upholding the law, because we're a country of law and order, and they're literally getting rid of people that do horrible crimes, and they're here illegally. cutting in line, those are animals.
Or Americans.
So you are animals.
Up here as a granddaughter of an immigrant. I wouldn't be here.
I'm the son of an immigrant, but my parents came here legally. Dude, they got in line. You know, when I grew up here in school, elementary school, any school, mostly in elementary school, we stood in line, right? They ring the bell for recess, you get in line, right? What did we all say? No cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Bro, get in the back of the line. What are we doing? There's no cuts. Why do we grow up, become adults, and then it's all of a sudden okay for illegals to cut in line? Are we retarded? Are we stupid? And then you want to go and put your body in the front of the vehicle of an ICE vehicle. Dude, what are you doing? You want to go wrestle with ICE. You want to go wrestle with law enforcement with guns. Are you okay? What are these people doing? And then you have these morons want to come up here and tell us, these idiots, dude, you're in a Grammy show. You're an actor, actress, musician. I don't know what you are. Do you have any? Do we come to you for politics? No, we barely come to you for what you do. What are you talking about, bro? Are you guys okay? We need to go to subscriber only mode. They're just blasting off in the chat, going crazy, lost their mind, lying. They're doing what Trevor Noah did, who's getting sued. Okay, let's change this to subscriber only mode. Okay, subscriber only mode is active now. We'll clean up the chat a little bit. These losers can quit spamming the chat. So we don't need, dude, grab your award and get the hell off the stage, bro. And by the way, who is Billie Eilish telling us we're on stolen land or something like that? Do you see everyone trying to say, give us your property? She has multi-million-dollar homes around the world, and she wants to come and tell people that we're on stolen land? What kind of crack are you on?
Yeah, I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated.
And again, the last thing I want to say.
No, you're gaslighting everybody. I told you I'm a product of immigrants myself, but they waited in line. My parents got in line just like everyone else did. Well, not in the last 4 years. Everyone, apparently, if you cut in line, you got in. If you wait in line, you're screwed. Sorry, bud, but you're screwed. You're not the kind of people that Biden wanted. People that waited in line, Biden and Kamala and Obama and the Democrat Party, they don't want you if you're waiting in line. Only if you cut in line and bum rush and blitz into our country, then they wanted you.
Immigrants built this country, literally.
No, they didn't.
I hope everybody
Immigrants did not build this country. That's a lie.
is inspired.
Where's my button? That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Let's go.
To join together as a community of artists and speak out against what's going on. And I'm gonna leave this and say ICE.
Well, let's go ahead and speak up about what's happening. She's right. Let's speak up. You guys are idiots if you're going and stopping law enforcement from fixing the problem that you Democrats created in the first place.
Oh, okay. I'm the product of bravery also, except my grandparents, all four of them, came in legally. As you can see, the theme of the night was Donald Trump bad, ICE is evil. Now, a pre-Grammy party, left-wing agitator, former fake news CNN host Don Lemon, he got a standing ovation after getting arrested for allegedly blocking an entrance to a church. And that, of course, after his friends terrorized parishioners. You might recall. Take a look. That room kind of was his entire audience on fake news CNN. Now, here's the question nobody in the legacy media mob will ever ask. Did any of these celebrities complaining about ICE, attacking Trump, did any of them, those now cheering for Don Lemon, any, condemn, that are out there condemning ICE, did they ever say one word about children who were terrorized during that church riot in Minneapolis? What about the parents who were forcibly separated from their children, could not get them in the daycare center at the church during this unlawful so-called demonstration? I thought that liberals loved the FACE Act, And by the way, the one woman who broke her arm, what about her while trying to flee the far-left agitators? Now, of course not. They never said a word. The reason is they can't weaponize the suffering of terrorized churchgoers, so they pretend like it never happened. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, liberals.
Michael, their voices matter. And why wouldn't you applaud? Good evening, everyone. So the latest Jeffrey Epstein dump revealed compromising.
Hold on. State Line says, makes me wonder why it costs more. It says, our ancestors crossed oceans, not rivers and deserts, due to convenience and benefits. Ours came to build a new country and enjoy freedom. 100%, bro.
Emails and photos proving that Epstein had a close relationship with Bill Clinton. And the latest Jeffrey Epstein dump revealed compromising emails and photos proving that Epstein had a close relationship with Bill Clinton. And this is going to destroy his reputation. And it won't look good for Bill Clinton either. But when Clinton was actually asked to testify about his relationship with Epstein, he said, "How am I supposed to remember? That was like 10 bitches ago." The Epstein emails also claim Bill Gates got an STD from Russian escorts. No surprise, the man who created Windows got a virus. The Grammys were last night.
I like that.
Don Lemon received a standing ovation at a pre-Grammy party and a kneeling ovation at the after party. Cher mistakenly announced that the late Luther Vandross had won Record of the Year. Even more embarrassing, later that night, she had sex with a guy who told her he was Sonny Bono. That was a good one. Today, Punxsutawney Phil came out of his hole and predicted the weather. He was then promptly slaughtered and barbecued by RFK Jr. It's raining iguanas in Florida as cold temps stun the invasive lizards into a coma-like state, causing them to fall from trees, which were promptly slaughtered and barbecued by RFK Jr. The documentary Melania, which is about the lead up to her husband's inauguration, had a $7 million premiere, but it was beaten by Send Help, which is about Biden's lead up to the inauguration. Real movie. And finally, heavyweight boxer Jarrell Miller's toupee was punched off his head during his fight at Madison Square Garden. "See, this is why I don't box," said one man. All right.
Solid, State Line. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I know. All right. So far in New York City, under the new mayor, homeless deaths due to the winter
Oh, I got to tag this. Here we go. Vance Trump 2028. Let's go, baby.
storm have reached 16 and counting. Zoran has killed so many drifters that serial killers are considering a career in politics. This after he ordered police not to break down encampments and move the transients into shelter. Hell, they aren't even allowed to show Fox and Friends to get them to disperse. I suppose this seems heartless to you and me, but to the progressive, every unhoused person has a right to die on the streets. And if you disagree, you're probably a Nazi. It's strange how that works. If you want to save lives, you're the bad guy, but let them die, you're the compassionate one. It's just like the abortion debate, except these folks made it out of the womb. But we've seen this pattern. The same people blocking the deportation of criminals are the same demanding we let people freeze to death. They're also the same who let a migrant sex predator walk free from a courthouse, which then evil ICE had to chase down. It's a pattern repeated and ignored. They're also the same people who got rid of bail for repeat criminals, the same who advocated for cutting up kids in the name of gender experimentation. If this is their definition of compassion, I hate to see what their definition of heartlessness is. Oh yeah, it's us. And what has our side been up to? Well, according to Homan, the DOJ has located 145,000 missing migrant kids. And no, they weren't in a Minnesota Somali daycare center. Meanwhile, 2,700 victims of child exploitation have been found. Note to Tim Waltz, that's a lot of Anne Franks.
Oh.
And it's no help from you. Turns out you're the one always hiding in the attic, or probably the closet.
Oh. Oh my God.
But if they had listened to us and sealed the border, many people would be alive today that are dead. And if they had listened to us and removed encampments, 16 of our homeless would still be breathing. But it isn't that they didn't listen, it's that they condemn such positions as evil because it's better to accept death in the service of ideology. We used to call that communism. In America, it's called the Democratic Party. They weren't always this weak, this cowardly, this craven, but they think this is their only route left to maintaining power. Democrats need the homeless problem to persist because solving problems doesn't raise taxes, make their friends money, or demonize Republicans. But the question is, how do they maintain this power over a segment of society? It seems that when one nut disappears, another takes its place. You get rid of de Blasio, you get a Mamdani. It's like a Marxist version of whack-a-mole. Where does this conveyor belt of madness begin? Well, look no further than schools, the base for all brainwash.
Yep.
These are scenes of various protests around the country. What are now called walkouts, or what students call a free period. You got to wonder why the teachers would want those kids marching instead of being in school. Maybe it's to firm up their glutes, to make intercourse more pleasurable.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Did anyone else?
So serious. It's to firm up the teachers would want those kids marching instead of being in school. Maybe it's to firm up their glutes, to make intercourse more pleasurable.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Did anyone else?
So serious. And so as the rabble outside calls you a murderous Nazi, they happily ignore actual murder, actual death, because they've been trained to think and operate that way. Manufactured suffering is the stage for their theater, but it's suffering they manufacture through policy and protest. After all, these protests are just organized goading, actions that lead to reactions, flashpoints of chaos and death. Why bother knowing the names of Laken Riley or Molly Tibbetts if it gives them no political power? And this all stems from the classroom, where the only things taught are the 3 R's: radicalism, riots, and revenge.
And where that's coming from places like Qatar, as we said earlier in the stream. Qatar is the #1 funder of universities in our country. And that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. That's why you had people protesting, saying free Palestine, and they were literally going after Jewish kids in campus and professors on campus.
Let's welcome.
So let's keep going. Let's go right here.
Mr. President, are you going to sue Trevor Noah? Last night in a post, you alluded that something could be coming.
Yeah, well, he said that I spent time on Jeffrey Epstein's island. I didn't. I mean, he's a lightweight. This guy is a terrible. I think he's terrible. I thought he did a terrible job at the Grammys. I thought the whole Grammys was terrible. I watched part of it. It's not watchable. But he was a lousy host. I'd say not as bad as Jimmy Kimmel, but pretty close. And no, he made a statement about me and Jeffrey Epstein. I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you look at the DOJ, they announced, they released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly,
Thomas is saying, how come university students have been far left radicals for over 100 years? Has Qatar been funding the whole time? No, not 100 years. By the way, the students have not been far left radicals for 100 years. That's not true. Second of all, Yes, Qatar has been funding them for actually a very long time. We could do a quick search here and tell you how long. Let's get chat on this. Do you know what? Let me get my phone chat. Let's see if it even works on this little microphone thing. Let's do this. Watch this. So you can see here's chat.
Got it. I'm seeing what you're showing me. What exactly do you
So
want to focus
listen, how long has Qatar, or let me ask you this, is Qatar the largest funder of universities in America?
Qatar is currently the largest foreign funder of U.S. universities, providing around $6.6 billion in gifts and contracts. However, this only refers to foreign sources, not domestic funding. Most of this money is concentrated in a few universities tied to Qatar-based campuses, and some reporting gaps exist.
Okay,
So while
and so how long has Qatar been the largest foreign funder?
Qatar is currently the largest foreign funder of U.S. universities, contributing about $6.6 billion.
For how long?
It's not precisely documented when Qatar took the top spot, but they've been consistently among the leading foreign contributors for at least the past decade, especially through partnerships with major U.S. institutions. They've maintained this leading position into recent years as well.
There you have it. So chat's able to tell you with certainty that it was roughly at least the last decade. Yeah. And Qatar. Yeah. Let me go ahead and turn this off, dude. So there you have it. There are some facts right there for you. What do you guys got to say for that, bro? That's what I thought. Yeah. So now you wonder why. It makes much more sense why you had that destabilization happening in our campuses. Why were they out there saying free Palestine when none of these students know anything about the Middle East? They don't know who started any wars. They don't know what's going on. They haven't gone through the footage of videos showing what Hamas did, or what they don't know the history of what Israel has done, or any of that stuff. Look at the stark reality is staring you right in the face. Look at what is happening with Iran. Iran is literally they're saying now, as of today, over 50,000 innocent civilians eliminated. Let's just use that word, eliminated by their government for peacefully protesting. Where there is, have you seen anybody on any campus in America protesting that? Why? Because the Islamic regime government is Islamic, and because their Islamic regime helps Qatar. And if the Islamic regime is the one that's doing the harm to the students or doing the harm to people, they're okay it's okay. If the role was switched, if the government was Jewish and the people were Islamic and the Islamic people were getting hurt, then you would have these people in the universities going nuts. Right? Anonymous says, yes, there were protests going. No, they were not the students. You're missing the point, Anonymous. They were not the students in the universities that were protesting. Some here and there, but nowhere near this free Palestine thing, or almost non-existent. Actually, we have some people that are free Palestine people that are out there arguing with the people that are trying to free Iran. Make sense of that. That's what's going on. Furu in Instagram says the Islamic regime is a piece of shh. I agree. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what's happened.
Frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do, because that whole thing has turned out, I mean, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people that have There are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me. But it was even sort of better than that because they found
You dumbass liberals lost your minds every day I did live streams about the Epstein files. And I even had close friends of mine, family, all kinds of people, nonstop. We talk about immigration, and then we all of a sudden, where's the Epstein files? We're talking about, like, I don't know, economy. Where's the Epstein files? We talk about, like, I don't know, the weather. Where are the Epstein files in the weather? It's like, dude, are you okay? And Trump played you guys so good, dude. Mike Curley is right. He says Trump baited them. He did. He got you so good, dude. He got you screaming and yelling for Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Ah! You guys drove me nuts. Forget about everybody else. Drove me nuts. Everywhere I went, I had people asking me about Epstein files. Like, yeah, I was doing a live stream. I went out to Newport Beach. I was doing the live, interviews out on the streets, and people are, Epstein, what about Epstein? You pedo guy, you this, you that. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? First of all, this whole pedo thing that you guys, all these lefties say about Trump, pedo thing, completely zero evidence of that. Zero evidence of it. And then you guys pulled Epstein files. Finally, the only president that does anything about Epstein files, because you had your own president, the guy did nothing. He knew they're all Democrats, so he covered. Actually, his fellow Democrat leaders did not allow him. They didn't allow Biden to uncover Epstein files because they were the ones that are all in it. You're seeing it right now. Who's in the Epstein files? All of your Democrat lovers. It's the craziest thing. Who's in the Epstein files? All of your Democrat lovers are in the Epstein files. The few places where you see Trump is where the guy doesn't like Trump. Epstein got kicked out. He didn't like Trump. Trump kicked him out and all that kind of stuff. You guys lost your minds and you got played. And who's in the Epstein files? You guys are in the Epstein files. Actually, you're in the Epstein files.
That Jeffrey Epstein and this sleazebag writer named Michael Wolff were conspiring against Donald Trump to lose the election. So Epstein was conspiring with a writer for me to lose the election. So right there, you know that I had nothing to do with this guy. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. The amount of time that's being wasted. You know, when Epstein was alive.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. BB Drizzy something says it's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong. And hell no, it ain't about right and wrong. For you guys, it's not about right and wrong. For us, it's about what's right. For the left, it's not about right and wrong. They had no remorse. They had nothing for any of the Epstein victims or anybody. All they wanted to see was Trump's name. That's all they wanted. Epstein files kept getting released. We had 40,000 Epstein files for the last, 6 months, 8 months. We had thousands and thousands of files. All of these people, victims and all this stuff, nothing. They don't care about right and wrong. Don't gaslight us. All you want to see is Trump in the Epstein files, bro. That's all you wanted. Don't play no game with us. You can't, come on, bro. You are an amateur. You're going to come over here and tell us, oh, it's about right and wrong. It's not about left or right. All it's been is about, you guys have been trying to get Trump in the Epstein files.
Like 10 years ago, nobody cared about it.
And you got
But they're only doing it. But now it's really hitting back on them because Bill Clinton is such a big part of it. The Democrats are pushing it. And the problem is that it's turning out to be the Democrats that were with and conspired with Epstein. So I think you're probably going to see a little pullback from them. But think of it.
We've already seen a major pullback. All of us on the right have already seen your guys' Epstein file nonsense turn into crickets. Little chirps of little crickets. It's all it is now. It's gone. Now what is it? Now, ice. That's it. Now they're just on ice. and they're doing the socialist thing. It's the biggest joke. You guys thought for sure, you're like, oh yeah, this guy Trump, the way he talks and the way he does stuff and all this stuff, he's got to be guilty of something. Let's Epstein. Oh, we'll get him on something, and you can't get him on nothing. So you manufacture lies. He's a Nazi. He's a Hitler. He's a king. He's acting like a king. Ah! And you got played. Matter of fact, you played yourself.
They were working together to try and help me lose the election, but this is the Oval Office, so I guess that didn't work out too well.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click.
I love what he said there. I'm gonna make a clip on this.
And the problem is that it's turning out
right here
to be the Democrats that were. Problem is that it's turning out to be the Democrats that were with and conspired with Epstein. So I think you're probably going to see a little pullback from them. But think.
I'm gonna let me record that so I can make a video on that, because that is exactly what I've seen myself personally, experienced it, and I'm seeing it online. It's a full pullback on the Epstein files. Everyone that's on the Epstein files are your lover Democrats. All of them. All of them, dude.
The only time they've seen the inside of a church is when they watched Don Lemon invade. They actually gave Lemon a standing O for shutting down a Sunday mass. Watch.
Total retards clapping for retards. The blind leading the blind. People clapping for Don Lemon. Literally, blind leading the blind. Yep. What did you guys say here in the chat? Don't forget Mom Donnie. Oh yeah, Mom Donnie's mama, bro. I totally spaced. Thanks for reminding me, bro. Who is this? Tangan Shotaz? Tong, dude, you're exactly right. Look at that. Mom Donnie's mama. And I mean, they said, bro, that could be Mom Donnie's daddy, bro. Your guys' favorite brand new, shiny, brand spanking new Democrat socialist was literally himself with Epstein. And him and his mom were with Epstein. And Max, Mom Donnie is Epstein's dad. I agree, sir. I agree. State Line says, no way to know for sure. I'm not speculating my level of trust for anything. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Lemon's never gotten a standing O in his life. It took him trampling on religious freedom and making kids cry to hear it in Hollywood.
Don Lemon, the biggest laughingstock of all of journalism. The biggest loser, biggest laughingstock. What? I mean, when you think of toilet and trash, you think of Don Lemon. You realize that? Right now, if I said toilet and trash, you can't help but think of Don Lemon.
In a weird way, Trump kind of wishes Lemon was never arrested.
I don't know anything about the Don Lemon thing, but he's a sleazebag. Everyone's known that. He's a wash-up. Probably, from his standpoint, the best thing that could happen to him. He's getting, he had no viewers. He was a failure. He was a failed host.
He's exactly right. This is why sometimes like there's so many times I want to put people on blast on like Instagram, social media, and whatever you pick the platform. And sometimes for me nowadays, like it almost doesn't make sense for me to call people out, because a lot of times in the past when I had a lot less viewers, right now I have 114K on Instagram. Before, when I had less viewers, I would put someone on blast, grab their, thing and post their video and say some comment on my story or whatever, all, this kind of stuff. Nowadays, you make them famous. You call them out and they get famous because you call them out. All of a sudden, you kickstart their new career. And that's what Trump is saying. He's like, the best thing that could have happened for Don Lemon was what he just did, getting arrested, going through all of what he did. Now he has the sympathy of all the people on the left, all the Muslims love him now. Now he's the new he's the new idol. He's their new idol now. He's going to get all the funding. He's done. He's good. He's done for life.
And now he's in the news.
The whole thing's gone to Lemon's head. He thinks he got arrested so that we could stop him from reporting. Meanwhile, we didn't even know he still had a job.
So this is what I have to say. F off whoever you think is going to stop me from reporting. I'll say it, F off. If you think you're going to stop me from reporting, if you think that you are going to stop and diminish my voice, then you have, as my grandmother.
We want you to keep doing what you're doing, bro, because you provide good, great content, bro. You're an idiot, and we love it. Keep going.
Would say, you have another thing coming, because that ain't ever going to stop.
No one's trying to stop Don Lemon from reporting. People just want to be able to go to church in peace. That's the kind of what the country was founded on.
He's exactly right, bro. We don't want him to stop. Please keep going, bro. Please do it. You're entertaining all of us, bro. What an idiot.
The music industry likes idolizing people who break the law, but now they're writing poetry about women who try to run over ice.
They say she is no more, that there her absence roars, blood blown like a rose. Iced wheels flinched and froze when the blank night has so long stood.
Bro, please, you're killing us. You guys are, come on, please. Spare us. What are they doing? Getting ready to rob a Target?
Far-left protesters were belting out the anti-ICE ballads at a Target in Minneapolis as the protests spread nationwide over the weekend. Violent chaos from Portland to L.A., and now the radicals are taking things a step too far. According to reports, protesters are using social media and encrypted messaging apps to track ICE vehicles and agents, while hackers have targeted ICE's surveillance arsenal. Leftist foreign agents are doxing nearly 5,000 past and present agents, compiling their personal information on a Wikipedia-style website. And left-wing ProPublica posting the names of the 2 agents involved in Alex Preddy's death.
You guys are exactly right. Yep, you're exactly right, bro. I agree with you guys. Don Lemon, I don't know if he was normal back in the day, guys. I really don't know. Lemon juice is delusional from too many rotten sperm injections. Shit, bro. Oh, it says lemon juice has 50 viewers now. I think he gained those 50 from this stunt he pulled.
Meanwhile,
just all of us watching him to see what kind of dumb shit he's going to do next.
Wow. Secretary Kristi Noem just announced on X that effective immediately, DHS is deploying body cameras to every officer in the field in Minneapolis.
Good.
And it looks like the president's on board.
They generally tend to be good for law enforcement because people can't lie about what's happening. So it's generally speaking, I think 80% good for law enforcement. But if she wants to do that, I'm okay with it.
Emily, the body cams. You saw what happened after BLM with the body cams. This could also expose the anti-ICers just the same way.
Yes, and I think for those Democrats that need some type of ground extended to them, I think it could be an important sign of conciliation and consideration. And also in many jurisdictions, it was already part of the procedure. So I don't see it as a concession on the part of law enforcement to do that. I will say that, I want to make sort of 2 points here. The first is that, as we know, one of the agents was CBP. And we hear from Hollywood and from everyone, right, to ICE out and demanding that they are dismantled and advocating for their death and threatening them and their families and the like. Well, it's CBP that has helped searching for example, Savannah Guthrie's mom. Like, law enforcement does many different things. And when you advocate foolishly and without any credibility or thought for the extinguishment of an entire group of people that are serving this country, you have zero idea that that's only a part of what they do. And everyone relies on them for so much more than that one slim, tiny tiny point that everyone is harping on. And also, do you guys remember horrifically when U.S. District Judge Esther Salas was shot on her
Yes.
doorstep? Her son was killed. That same year, there was a law passed in her state, rightly so, that prohibited basically doxing judges, that prohibited publishing their information. Just 2 years later, there was a federal analog that was passed doing the same. We don't have one that's against doxing of federal agents. We have a patchwork of laws on the federal side and state side that obviously you can't threaten or impede and use their information to do so. But this is where legislators need to get on board and make it immediately a stiff federal crime to dox these agents. I am tired of seeing toll lines and websites and posters out about if you find anyone's information, send it here, and having that somehow exist without penalty. Someone is going to die, and please, God.
I agree. If they haven't already been killed because of it, I'm sure there's already, well, maybe not, but hopefully not. I got to respond to this other moron in the chat. Sam just keeps talking shit in the chat, all and saying nonsense. Sam says he says that that's why this channel is bad. All it does is say Democrats are dumb, Trump people are not corrupt, and blah blah blah. And that's why I go in subscriber only mode, and it's an echo chamber. No, it's not an echo chamber. Actually, a lot of the people that follow and are on here having conversations every time we go live are people from the left that stick around. The problem that we're having, the reason why we go in subscriber only mode is because a lot of you morons on the left can't help yourselves but to use foul language and use things that are not true and spam them constantly over and over again to where you ruin the actual dialogue that we can have in the chat. That's the problem. That's why we do that. If you idiots on the left were not so childish and stupid and could actually stop and control yourselves and have a normal conversation, we wouldn't have to go to subscriber mode. As soon as I turn this off right now, if I was to turn it off right now, it'll be full of people saying Trump is a pedo, you're a pedo, your mom is a pedo, you're backing up pedos, everything about that, things that have zero substantiation. Like absolutely none. And then we'll actually talk about something that is actual fact, and they will say it's not. You dumb things down, and you will talk about fact, and they will literally lie to your face, and you're like, dude, this is exactly why you can't that's why you go to these protests, and you ask one of these people holding up a sign. And you say, well, why are you standing up for that? They're like, well, it's like, well, wait a minute. You came out here all this way in the cold. You're holding a sign. And when I ask you about it, you don't even know what you're doing it for. It's the same thing about the idiots in our chat. Maybe they're just trolls. Maybe they're bots. I don't really know.
Let it not happen if these guys are allowed to continue doxing these federal agents.
Harold? Be very brief on this. Peaceful protesting is a lie.
M. Pritchett says he's exactly right. So this is a MAGA channel, not a beta channel. You guys are a bunch of betas, bro. Beta male. Beta male. Beta male. Bunch of betas, dude. This is about making America great again. I know that is a horrible thing to you guys on the left, but we actually want to make America great again. Actually. Morons. Again, you're the same idiots. All you have to do is show the flag of your country and you have a spaz attack. If I show you your own flag, your own American flag, if I put it on the screen, you'll have a spaz attack. You'll have to take anxiety medication.
Engages in these kinds of activities, including doxing, including unlawful protesting, should and must be held accountable. I agree with Emily. Federal laws, state laws, we should have a federal law about anybody in law enforcement, and for that matter, public office, having these kinds of threats, and for that matter, facing these kinds of things without these people being held accountable. So I couldn't agree more.
And Greg, you would agree that singing any song in a Target should be outlawed.
Do you notice they were nowhere?
You guys complain about Fox News. Look, Fox News is one of the only ones that has someone from the other side there. This guy that's talking right now is literally on the left. And you idiots are saying, oh, Fox News, it's only one side. I get it. It is one. But look, it is to some degree, of course, very much on the right side of things. But this guy is on the left. And he's on Fox News, and they give him a whole segment to come speak his mind. Let's see what he says. Here. Forgot his name, bro. Here.
And please,
Listen to what
God,
he
let
says.
it not happen if these guys are allowed to continue doxing these federal agents.
Harold?
Harold.
Be very brief on this. Peaceful protesting is allowable. Anybody that engages in these kinds of activities, including doxing, including unlawful protesting, should and must be held accountable. I agree with Emily. Federal laws, state laws, we should have a federal law about anybody in law enforcement, for that matter, public office, having these kinds of threats, and for that matter, facing these kinds of things without these people being held accountable. So I couldn't agree more.
And Greg, you would agree that singing any song in a Target.
See that? Harold. Harold Ford. Yeah. So there you go. So, exactly.
It should be outlawed.
Do you notice they were nowhere near the beauty section? Yeah, it is funny that these are the same people that are telling ICE not to wear masks. That's why they're wearing masks, you bozos. I feel like they're trying to bring the band back together. You know, the band that made such a splash in 2020. They're dusting off the old instruments, except they've actually practiced. They're doxing. They got the donor money. They got the signal chats. They're getting the street theater together. They're bullying. But it's not a band. It's a crime family, because what they're doing, it's extortion pretending to be protest. If you vote Republican, it's going to be hard for you to run your business because we're going to be out in front.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for you to get to work because we're going to block the streets. And we're going to make your kids' life hell at school because we're the teachers and the administrators, and we're going to let them go out and protest everything there is. The weird thing is we're talking about this doxing. It's bad, but you know what bugs me the most, and not enough people talk about it, is the goading.
No, you're wrong. If you watch Fox News, you know Harold does not agree with them. Actually, 99% of the time, he disagrees with them. So if you go back and watch any of Harold on Fox News, he disagrees. And just so you guys know, because you don't watch Fox News, I'm glad you watch this channel so you can see Fox News. If you watch Fox News, you'll see Fox News will openly bring people from the other side and people that don't agree with them. On the other hand, on the left, they never do that. They actually never do that.
You know what I mean? It's like we
very, very seldom.
You can't put it into words, but they are goading people. The action isn't a protest. We know that. It's not really agitating. They're goading you to do something. It's an action that is designed to cause a reaction that will then escalate into some kind of tragedy or violence that they filmed. They did this to the Jews on the subways in New York City.
Yep.
Remember the whites at brunch in D.C. during the post-George Floyd stuff? They'd get in front of you, and they would just wanted you to react, and then they could, do something. Now it's my turn to turn into Jesse Waters. Why are so many women in this and not men? Why, Dana? Don't answer. It's impossible to goad adult men. We resist. We remain stoic. But women are easier to goad because they're afraid to be ostracized. So they join in the goading. And I'm talking about these liberal women. It's better to be on the side of the goaders than be the goadee. But when you goad somebody, you will meet consequences, because the people above you that want you to goad, they want those consequences. They want you to be punched. They want you to be shot because that helps them.
It's like when children do that, Dana. I'm not touching you.
Yes.
I'm not touching you.
So everybody had so many great points. I will add a couple of here. One, do you remember Chop Chaz?
Yes.
In Seattle. So Minneapolis is becoming like Chop Chaz. Like, if the mayor and the governor are not going to do more, then that's what you're going to end up with. And we'll have the little chyron up above that says Chop Chaz rather than Minneapolis. The other thing is, we haven't talked enough about this sheriff in that county. What is it? Hennepin County, whatever it's called. That sheriff there, she is one of the people elected who refuses to coordinate with ICE.
Yep.
Okay, so when the governor says, I'm cooperating, and the mayor's like, what are you talking about? I'm cooperating. We need to do more about talking about who is the person that could actually work with Tom Homan to get this done. And it is her. She is she. So that's one
wonder.
thing. Another thing is, I know it's another woman.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, the other thing is, these people got what they wanted in a way, right? They got a change. They got Trump to say we're going to make some changes here. And the Border Patrol left. They have all of this signage is all about ICE. All of the dark money groups have all the signage that comes, it's all anti-ICE. What do they have at the Grammys? All anti-ICE. The Border Patrol are the ones who have left. Why did they leave? Even President Trump said Greg Bovino might have been a little bit too out there. Those are his words. So they won on something, and they can't accept that. But they want to make their fellow citizens pay for something. They are the ones being goaded by the dark money advisors that are showing up 10 seconds after Alex Preddy was killed with more anti-ICE things. Like guys, that wasn't ICE. So there's a lot of misinformation and not enough information happening out there.
Coming in the third inning, not the seventh.
Yeah, you know, Dark Money, that was your stripper name.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News.
Okay, guys, that was a good stream. There might be something else about Mamdani being an idiot. I'm sure he's destroying the city of New York. But guys, thanks for coming along. It was a good little stream there, and we talked about a few things. You're up to speed with me going. Me out there running around protesting for Iran. Guys, thank you for joining the live stream. It's super late. It's 10:30 in Southern California. Thank you for joining. And guys, we're at 15,925 on YouTube. We're about to hit 16K subscribers on YouTube, so thank you for that too. And love you guys. And I will see you guys most likely tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.